I'm literally about to have the worst experience of my entire life. I'm about to call the cops on my father for the murder of my mother, Patricia Peterson. I now today realize that the motivation was money, just like I now believe Kathleen. I didn't really realize it all until I tried to break my sobriety a couple of weeks ago. My own father tried to break my sobriety. That's actually how I figured out he was a serial killer. Until then, I was blind and stupid and thought he wouldn't hurt a family member, and well, if you're willing to break your own son's sobriety, do anything. I was a fall down drunk. I'm not a good guy. I am now, but if you judge me against my whole lifetime, I've done some fucking horrible shit. Former alcoholic, drug addict. 3 years ago, it's the top earning American in the 6th most dangerous city in the world. Selling real estate. I think. Not sure what I was doing. I was a sales director of a private island, essentially called Magote. It's an amazing project. Anyways, prior to that, when I was a fall down drunk, man, I was losing my car once a month. It wasn't this one. I had a cool Jeep. Such a drunk, man. I was losing my car once a month. I was passing out on the street, literally waking up at like 6 in the morning in the 6th most dangerous city in the world. You know, I was an alcoholic for a lot of reasons. Funny enough, it was because I was shy. And I just started drinking a lot when I was young, man, to overcome. And then, abusing alcohol and horrible fucking decisions. And anyways, that's another story, but alcoholics never turn on each other. You don't do it, man. I got fucked over wrongly by a woman locally. And she knows she did wrong now. She had a jealous boyfriend is what it was. And basically, I got thrown out of a fucking gym. It wasn't my fault. But I let that one go because she's a former alcoholic. You don't fuck with former alcoholics, man. Because when you start drinking again, it's the same thing as a death sentence. And so, anyways, everyone knows that. My brother's been an alcoholic for 20 years. No support on that end either, which is fishy and strange regarding Kathleen, I might add. Anyways, I'm going to head over to the house now because I just discovered today the final pieces that made it all sense, okay? I didn't go to my mom's funeral about 4 months ago. She was my best friend. I was with her when the day she died. I was with her when she died. My father waited 3 hours while my mom was having a heart attack, didn't call the cops. When I came over within 7 minutes, I called the cops, or the 911. My mom would be alive today if it weren't for my father. Anyways, it's all about this, man. About the insurance. When they got divorced, my mom ended up with all the stuff my dad wanted. It's unbelievable. So petty. My dad wanted like this, like George V teapot, sterling silver teapot. It's not a lot. I mean, my mom probably has a couple 100,000, maybe $500,000 of artwork. Maybe not $1 million, but more importantly, the easy to see stuff is just called silverware. It's easy because it's silver and it should be there. All gone. Obviously, down the street. Another conversation I'll talk about the bizarre behavior of my father immediately after my mother's death and him taking all their stuff. My mom died in front of me twice, actually. I saved her the first time. Her body failed her, so we had to pull the plug on her, which is the most inhumane thing in the world. But I brought my mom back from death the first time. Did CPR for, 10 minutes or so. But we both agree, my dad and I, she died while I was on the phone with 911. Anyways, I couldn't go back in the house for a while. So finally I asked my dad to help me get things moving because I couldn't set foot in the house. Well, by the second or third day, it was pretty awful. By the fourth day, I think that's when he tried to break my sobriety. I have it all on notes, but it's a fucking monster. Anyways, he's a sociopath. He goes hot, he goes cold. This is my health card. My mom had an account for us, and she wanted to pay for insurance for me. I haven't had insurance in 20 years. I don't believe that. But we have a joint shared account. Somewhere around here. There it is, yeah. On this, okay? Me, my mom, and my dad, okay? Money comes out of here for the insurance that she makes me get. Well, last night, payment failure, okay? So, I'm going to go pull out the money for the year. We're actually going to pull it all out. It's like $500 or so for the insurance for the year. But more importantly, I'm doing that to show that my father is erratic, because this is what I believe he'll do. I believe he's going to text me messages now calling me irresponsible and horrible and, whatever, He's going to blame it on me, even though he has literally stolen all of this stuff. It is my belief that he's going to go hot and cold because he doesn't want to call the cops on him. And all of his emails after he does evil stuff, oh, I love you so much. I'm here if you ever need me, right? Like a fucking sociopath. My belief is that when I pull out this money within the hour, he's going to send some awful messages to me about being irresponsible and you're a loser or what have you. But I want to have it recorded now in advance, but also have the text messages to show a pattern of sociopathic behavior and also show that I can also predict his behavior now. And if I can predict this, then it's probably fair to say other things. See, I never thought my dad would kill Kathleen or my mom because I didn't think he would hurt his own family member. I literally needed my own personal experience where he tried to hurt me and ruin my life and my alcoholism. I needed that personal experience to see nothing would prevent him from doing anything. I mean, if he'd ruined his own child's alcohol sobriety, where I've been clean for 3 years, if Kathleen was going to leave him, which was a very strange final conversation that she had with me. The last conversation that she had with me. It's not a smoking gun at all. But it's very strange because it was basically her talking about how she believed that in life you have 3 relationships, one in your 20s, 25 to 35, one 45 to 55, and then the other one from 60 to the rest of your life. Well, my dad was the second relationship there. He wasn't the third one. Kathleen was in her late 40s, I think, or early 50s. It was the weirdest damn conversation I have ever seen. And I didn't ever say anything, because obviously I didn't think my dad did it. And it would have been a very harmful conversation to have heard about. Because if she left him, he would have had to move out of the house of 1810 Cedar Street because he didn't have the cash flow. Because his books were getting rejected left and right. And while he did have good news about a movie, that stuff is pie in the sky and is statistically unlikely. Whereas the fact that his financial stress was very real. If she had left him, he would have been devastated. It is true they had the world's greatest relationship. They never fought. They literally had the world's greatest relationship. You can talk to any girl I've ever dated. A bad boyfriend. I blame my father for that one, called bad parenting, and made me a bad person. But I'm a good person now, but I was a very bad boyfriend for many years. And admittedly, I haven't been in a relationship since I got sober. And I think it's best just to be very devout and not burden other women with me, frankly speaking. So I'm assuming I'm a good person now, but I can't say it for fact. But unbelievably, my dad and Kathleen actually had the world's greatest relationship. I do not know how that's possible. I think he's gay, for the record. I know he's bisexual, but I've never seen that man have a heterosexual experience that was authentic in my life. Other than they did have a great relationship with Kathleen, but that dude, he goes off when he sees men. I've never seen him go off when he sees a woman. Anyways, I think I'm just now procrastinating on a important fucking phone call. I gotta call the cops and somehow get my father arrested tonight because, he's taking out hits on people in prison. I know this because I helped him, unfortunately. After the fact, where I helped send him money when I'd go visit him. And, like I said, I'm not innocent on a lot of things, but I do have firsthand experience of my father taking out people. He left a very clear message to me that a hit would come my way. I hate to use the word white supremacist, but these dudes look pretty fucking hardcore. Biker dudes. I wouldn't want to fuck with them. Anyways, I've made a lot of emails lately to my brother saying that my dad's a serial killer. I've emailed family over the last couple of years telling my father's a serial killer. My mom really worked on me, so I changed my mind when I came back here a couple of years ago. But I'm back to thinking he's a fucking serial killer. This man should spend the rest of his life in jail. And if we can't convict him in court, that's why I have this video, so I can convict him in the court of public opinion, whether it's TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. But this guy's a monster. I can't believe I'm going to call the cops on my own fucking father, man. I was widely regarded as the toughest white guy in the most dangerous city in the world. This is cartel land about 3 years ago. I want to just say to the people down there and that would maybe frown upon this. I'm not ratting my dad out. This guy's a fucking serial killer, man. And he's a monster. I told my mom that he was going to kill her. I actually told her that. And I made my peace with that because she didn't want to hear it. But this has got it, man. He's a fucking monster.